Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to our social studies class. Our topic, our common heritage. Our subtopic, our European and African ancestors. Today's objective, compare the needs and wants of Europeans and Africans on the plantation and describe how they were met. All right, so observe the political map of Europe and Africa in your atlases. Identify the countries from which our European and African ancestors came. So as you can see, the map to my left, that is the one with the blue and the green, a little gold, a little pink, all right? That is my European map. So as you can see, the countries are Iceland, Ireland, the United Kingdom, Holland, France, Spain, Portugal, Turkey, Russia. Those are some of the European countries. Now to my right, that is a map of Africa. As you can see, some of the African countries here are Libya, Egypt, you have Nigeria, you have Liberia, Angola, South Africa, Tanzania, Ethiopia. All right, so those are just some of the African countries. Now, what you will do in your spare time is you're going to get an atlas and you're going to try to identify the countries from which our European ancestors and our African ancestors came. All right, so today we will be looking at the needs and wants of our ancestors while they were in the Caribbean on the plantation. But before we proceed, let us remind ourselves of what wants and needs are. So look at the picture. That's the picture to my right. Can you identify the wants and needs shown in it? All right, so as you can see, there is a house, a pair of sneakers, a cell phone, a glass of water, and a plate of food. So just looking at it, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what are needs and what are wants? Now remember, needs are things that we must have in order to survive. So we cannot do without needs. And wants are things that we would like to have, but they are not essential. They are not necessary for survival. So our basic needs are food, clothing, shelter, and water. So look at the picture. We need a house. We must have water, clean water that is, and we must have food, and we must have clothing on our backs, right? We need those things for survival. Now a cell phone, it is a want because it's not necessary for our survival. It's not a must that we should have a cell phone. It's a luxury. So if I can afford one, then I buy one. It's not necessary. It's not important. All right. All right, boys and girls. So now that we have reviewed what wants and needs are, you are going to watch this video, not now, but in your own time, You are going to watch this video and try to identify some of the wants and needs of our European and African ancestors and write them down in your notebooks. So after you're finished watching this presentation, you can go through your slides in the Google Classroom and watch this video. All right, so after you've watched the video, I would like you to make tables like these. You're going to have a column that says needs of our European ancestors, another column that says needs of our African ancestors. Then you're going to make two more columns, wants of our European ancestors and wants of our African ancestors. So you're going to list them under the correct headings. After that, you're going to drop a Venn diagram and you are going to compare the needs and the wants of our European and African ancestors. Now remember, where our Venn diagram intersects each other, those are the common needs or wants that is shared between both Africans and Europeans. For example, something that is common, a need that is common between Africans and Europeans is that they both needed food for survival. They may have other needs which are not shared among both groups. So you're going to just list them in the correct sections here. And you're going to do the same thing for wants. All right. So it's time to think, and you can discuss it with whomever is at home with you, or you can just think out loud. So you're gonna think back on the video that you've watched earlier on, how the Africans were treated aboard the slave ship. Do you think their basic needs were met? Think about it carefully. Watch the video. Then you're going to think about all the things that you saw. And then you are going to draw a conclusion. You are going to say whether or not the needs of the Africans were met while they were aboard that ship. After you've done that, you are going to go to your primary social studies student book 5. If you don't have the book, I have uploaded a copy of the relevant pages in your Google Classroom. So you're going to read pages 14 to 16. You're going to identify one need or want of either the Europeans or Africans on the plantation. Then you're going to say why you think that this was a need or want. You're going to explain. Now, do you believe that this need or want was being met? You're also going to give reason or reasons for your answer. All right, so this is the time where you get creative. All right, so I know that you're not at school and you're at home, so perhaps you don't have groups at home, but you are going to make up a short role play, song, or poem about how the wants and needs of the Europeans and Africans were met. Then when we meet for class again, you are going to present your piece to the group. Also, you are going to complete the case study activity on pages 11 and 12 of the Jamaica Primary Social Studies Workbook 5. If you don't have the book, remember, I have uploaded the relevant pages to your Google Classroom, or you can just read the case study here. Here it is, case study. William was a slave on a plantation in Jamaica. Like other enslaved Africans, he had permission from his master to farm on hillside land behind the plantation. He grew yam, sweet potatoes, and plantain. He received a regular ration of salt, mackerel, and herring from his master, which he cooked with his yam and potatoes. Every Sunday, he took his ground produce to the market, where he bartered them for meat with other slaves who reared pigs and chicken. Now, you are going to use the case study above and your own research to complete the table on page 12 or the table below. All right, so you are going to show how the needs of the enslaved Africans and European settlers were satisfied. So you're going to draw the table in your book, basic needs. How were the slave needs satisfied? So you're gonna say food, and you're going to tell how was this need satisfied. Clothes, you're gonna say how was that need satisfied. You're gonna do the same for the European, right? In the respective column to my right. You're also going to look at shelter, healthcare, worship, and water. And you are going to tell how all these needs were satisfied. All right, guys, so that's it for today. And I'm looking forward to some great presentations and some neat, clean, and tidy work. I will see you soon. Bye-bye.